Alright guys, Region Weaver 1 here again. Now we're doing, what is this? This is Haven. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Alright, we're doing Haven, how to play Sova. Alright, so we're on the defending side right now. We're going to start with C. Alright, let's get on over there. So if you're defending C long, best bet's actually going to use the recon dart.
Revealing area.
Land it just about there. Kind of check just to see if they're pushing C. You'll know pretty much immediately whether or not they're pushing C, because you'll get a lot of readings right there. Now, once that's done and you know they're there, you could start trying to pop some shots, or you could wait for them. And you kind of drone out,
Take flight.
tag a few of them, check and see. Now, the good thing about this little cubby right here, so say you know they just pushed into cubby. Shock dart time. Just hit, boom, boom, go straight into that corner. Or, if you want a little bit closer one, hold on, let's get the angle right. Possibly right here. Gets a good mid-range on it. Just in case they start pushing you and they want to hide in that cubby, start hitting a few of them with those shock darts. You can take down more than a few. Now, say you've come and, you've got to defend pretty quickly. You don't have to pull it all the way just to land over there. Say you're in a rush, you kind of get it out there. Maybe you don't want to like peek around. You can throw it up over, land it like that. Or if you want to check the outside area, just kind of throw it on over that way. Well, that didn't work out too well.
Revealing area.
I'd say your best bet's probably just going to be able to shoot it over here.
Revealing area.
Kind of get that arc, land it straight down that way. Now, if you're trying to hit some enemies off in that direction, or if you want to get somebody over there, you might want to land right. Might need a double bounce on this one. And you can hit that corner over there with the shock dart. So right about there, double bounce it, go straight into that corner. Really good plays, get some damage quick and early onto the enemy, and helping your teammates out. Making a few assists along the way from it. Not too bad. Alright, let's move to the garage position. So say you're defending garage inside of here. You got somebody over there with an ob watching down C long. And you want to get like a general coverage of the entire map in the center. What you're going to want to do is double bounce, get right here.
Revealing area.
What you're going to do is you're going to bounce it onto this right here. So not only do you get the window coverage, but you get this coverage as well. It's really useful.
Revealing area. And
I'd make sure to be careful as you're doing this. You kind of want to get back just enough to not have this crack showing, because they could be pushing. You never know. You just want to kind of land it right there. Boom. It's going to land on target pretty much every single time. Now, neat little trick with the shock bolt. Say someone's coming from this direction. They're probably slow walking. Now, I wouldn't do this all the time if I knew someone was coming, but if I knew I had enough time, you can double bounce it. Boom. Land straight in front. Get some quick damage on them, just like that. Boom. Could also help if you got somebody right here as well. Could just one bounce it. More. Wow. Was playing out a little bit better earlier, but it's a nice little landing move. You could also do it from up in window if you get pushed back. Kind of just want to play safe. Have a little arrow right there. Lands right in front. You can do it from right here. Still lands directly in front while you still have cover right here. That way you're not getting peeked right here. Maybe a few random or someone with good aim just popping you through those doors. Alright, so let's move to B. So say your teammates are covering C long and garage, and you're right about here. So what you want to do with the recon bolt, as soon as this starting line finishes, you hit right about here.
Revealing area.
And you'll get straight into window, find out if anybody's in there. Now, say, you know, maybe mid-game or it's still early game and you know you've got some people in the window. Boom. You've got a perfect opportunity without being out and about to hit some targets. Now, say you want to hit something closer to the mid of the window. Hold on. Had this a good second ago. May want to do it a little bit more out. Ah, that's not going to work. But for sure, if you got somebody in the cubby, can hit it by doing so. So if you got somebody tied off in here, you got more than a few enemies, just kind of get pretty close to that wall, shoot straight back. It's a really good trick just in case you're getting pushed or heavy push on B, and you know you got the enemy pushed back into this corner. So that way, you're not putting yourself out there, you're getting some damage done. You're able to quickly pull out, pop a few heads, get them done, or push them out and say your teammates have moved around to the flank, pushes them out of there, and gets them disrupted. Basically, you're going to get some free kills off of that. For the most part, that's what you're going to work with on B side. If you want to get the other side of the window, you can just land them from this side, somewhere around midpoint. Yeah, that works pretty well. So right above that little darkish brick right there, land it up, double bounce it, you can hit the center. That's pretty nice actually. I figured something out just now. Well, I guess you can hit the middle of the window as well without having to peek out. But if you want to get the inside of it, just off to the left, right about there, is where you're going to want to land that to go further back inside of the window if you know there's some enemies back there. Alright, let's go to the A side defense. Now, I guess you could do a few things from up in window. If you're kind of a sniper person and you want to be Sova, you could do that, get that whole back area covered. You're going to have to use some trigger discipline, obviously. You don't want to push it too far. Otherwise, well, obviously I didn't make it right there. Kind of want to get that angle right. So, somewhere about here. The darts can be a bit tricky as to corners. So say, let's hit something like this kind of corner. It's going to go in some wonky different directions. As you noticed, it just bounced between those two edges. Now say I just hit it right here. Ah, hold on, I didn't bounce it.
Revealing area.
As you notice, it had a bounce, but it didn't exactly go anywhere. It's because it just bounced immediately from one little slant right here to this one. So watch as I do that. I did 2 bounces, yet it's still off in that. So you got to really look at some of these edges on some of these objects. They can really mess up your bow.
Revealing area.
You never know what could happen. I mean, it might go offline in the distance as well. Now, obviously, you can't jump down here. Normally, you'll take fall damage. That's a good thing to remember. All right. So say you're defending A and you don't want to take heaven. You may want to snipe long. What you're going to do, get the recon bolt out, hit just about, you'll have your starting line right here. You'll move down, kind of get this position. You could get some deviation of the bow depending on which angle you're hitting it from, but for the most part, I like to hit right
Revealing
here.
Area.
Goes straight in back there, so I know whether or not they're going to be pushing A. You could do this, well, you could do recon drone as well. It's up to you if you don't see anybody, or if you just want to kind of scout out and see how many there are, if there was more behind the box. Considering the fact with the recon bolt, it's only going to see things in its direct line of sight. So say someone's back here and your recon bolt was over on the right side of it, you're not going to see who's behind that box. You're only going to see what's in the visual coverage of the recon. Probably should have stated that sooner, but now you know. But for the most part, if you do see anybody down there, just want to land it on back down there, hit somebody good. Or, if you know somebody's off in that cubby, this cubby right here. You may find some people like to hide there. Good option is to come back here. Look at that little brick right there.
Shock
Just
dart.
bounce it in there. You're gonna be able to push them out that way. It's a really good tactic. Can handle, or it can work out pretty well. Now, say you're taking A short. You got somebody on A long. It's not exactly the best angle for Sova, but say they haven't pushed and you know they're not coming in.
Revealing area.
You want to land it like that, kind of that one dark colored brick. Now here, well, let's see.
Revealing area.
Sometimes I can land it. Sometimes you want to be a little bit back.
Revealing
Hopefully I
area.
can land it right now. Ah, come on.
Revealing area.
Sometimes you can land it right here. I'm not seeming to get the right angle on it. Maybe a
Revealing
little bit
area.
closer.
Revealing area.
No. Hold on.
Revealing area.
Oh, that one went a bit wonky, but you get the gist. You know how to push it in there. And with the same thing, you can use, just in case someone's up in there in A, you can shock some of them out. Could just do it one time, just to kind of hit this corner if you know they're already pushing, or whether or not you have somebody down range that knows, hey, they're going A short. You can just be ready for them right here. Bounce one,
Shock dart. Shock
and
dart.
hit them like that. Get some damage in, kind of hold back, maybe if you got a shotgun or something, and just wait on them, start picking them off. So let's go to the attacking side. We'll go a bit opposite direction. So, okay, you start over here. Your team's like, all right, we're going to go A. You can do a few things here.
Revealing
You can
area.
either shoot the bow over kind of sluggishly, get a nice little area coverage right there. You're not going to get the full A coverage, but you're going to get a general gist of where the enemy team's going to be. Now, you can also do it
Revealing
with
area.
A long as well. If you notice, boom, you land straight at the end. You're not going to have to take any damage by popping out this way, doing some weird angles,
Revealing
and
area.
shooting some arrows into A. Sometimes you'll find somebody here, they're either sniping or something else that could have an SMG and randomly get a headshot on you. You never know. And it's better off that you're alive during the team. So say you've moved into this as well, and you're trying to push A long. Now, for the most part, if you haven't shot your arrow by this point, the rule of
Revealing
thumb to
area.
hit this corner, well, possibly get some cover, move over this way,
Revealing area.
land it like that, it's going to go straight into A. Now, say you have pushed into this way, and you know someone's around the corner back here. What you can do
Shock dart.
is hit somebody right there, or
Shock dart.
you can hit somebody in that cubby right there. Now, say you know they're already pushed up against that brick,
Shock
you're just
dart.
going to want to land it right there. Considering the further they are away from the shock orb, the less damage they're actually going to take. So the closer they are to
Shock
the
dart.
actual dart is going to be the most damage. But all you want to do is one
Shock
bounce right
dart.
here, and you got into that corner. Did some pretty heavy damage. Now the shock dart's also really good if you want to
Shock
hit
dart.
up in heaven, push some sniper out or somebody else that's up there. Now say you've got short time, you know someone's already peeking. Just kind of want to
Shock dart.
out.
Shock dart.
Just kind of want to slowly.
Shock
You
dart.
either want to have it completely charged up before you go out,
Shock dart.
or you want to do it
Shock
just, well, just to the second or the first line.
Shock dart.
But you're gonna have to aim a little bit higher if you
Shock
want
dart.
that second. I mean, I'd almost prefer doing it this way,
Shock dart.
but if you're trying to be a little bit
Shock
quicker,
dart.
you can just kind of throw it like that. That's not gonna do much damage to him though. As long as you make it inside of there, you're gonna do a lot more damage. Now, say you know somebody's over
Shock
the other
dart.
way. Boom. You can hit them inside of there just by hitting this right here.
Shock dart.
Ah, well, hold on.
Shock dart.
Well, I landed it the first time. Now I'm getting the
Shock
difference
dart.
in recoil.
Shock dart.
Well,
Shock dart.
this has gone pear-shaped. There we go. Let's just say one bounce
Shock dart.
right there. Yeah. And all
Shock
sorts
dart.
of weird angles here.
Shock dart.
Okay. So we'll consider it right
Shot
about
done.
here is your best bet to hit that. So right just outside of that
Shock
line,
dart.
goes straight into that corner. If you want it to hit a little bit lower, obviously you'll just aim a little bit lower so that it just bounces straight into that. Now let's talk about A short. A short generally don't. I almost would say this is not a good angle for Sova to push on the attacking side. It's not much open area. There's not much to do with some of your utilities. And even if you do fire some of these off, you're going to get just about the same amount that you're going to get from just shooting it from way back there. Now there is one good portion with the shock bolt. So say you're down here
Shock dart.
and you know someone's off in this cubby. This cubby right here. A lot of times there's going to be somebody protecting right there waiting for enemy to come in.
Shock
You
dart.
can hit directly on that center line, just right here, and go straight back into this corner and hit them with that shock bolt. Extremely useful in some scenarios, especially if you've got people that have already pushed all the way up A, and you know for a fact that nobody's right here, dead in center, right in front of you in this corner. Now what you could do also,
Shock
if
dart.
you know someone's back in that corner, that's not going to work. So you can get over right here,
Shock dart.
hit them like that,
Shock dart.
if you know someone's there. It's not exactly the best angle to do so, but you could just
Shock
pop
dart.
out really quickly, get ready, and then have your weapon ready for when they push out. So immediately just have it charged, bounce,
Shock dart.
get them, start firing on them as soon as they come out, because they're definitely going to be running immediately. Alright, so let's go to B push on defense. So, starting line's right here. It's not exactly the best angle for Sova. I'd almost say he's better off possibly going through garage or anywhere else, to be honest. You're not going to
Revealing
get
area.
much of a reading on this one. Pretty much going to want to do it with one bounce
Revealing
right
area.
there. Kind of get a coverage of that left angle and a little bit right here, but you're still going to miss the right side no matter what, just because of that obstruction with the building in the center of it. Now, from that point, if you know someone's right here on that left corner,
Shock dart.
you can land one right there. Or say you've pushed in and you know someone's right about here. All you got to do, aim right there,
Shock dart.
go straight in line. For the most part, that's about the most usefulness you're going to get out of Sova, pushing straight onto B. Now say you want to go through garage. Don't know anybody's there yet. This is your starting line. Just kind of want to hit it
Revealing
right
area.
there. Well, sometimes, like I
area.
said, I'm not going to lie. These arrows can sometimes be completely inconsistent.
Revealing area.
Huh. Okay.
Revealing area.
No, I want the
Revealing
double
area.
bounce. What is going on here? All right, guys, we've got
Revealing area.
a weird. There we go. That's generally what it's gonna do, not fly backwards. I'm not even sure what was going on there, but 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna hit this arrow
Revealing
right
area.
here, and it's gonna go straight in. I have no idea what was going on right there. That's some Willy Wonka angles that they're trying to pull on me with this arrow. But for the most part, you're going to push in from that point, know whether or not there's some people in garage. You may not know exactly if there's someone in window with the way that it lands though, so it's one good thing to check as you come up. You've got the reading on the inside. you're going to be able to see whether or not someone's on the outside of that box right there, but you're going to need to check that window pretty thoroughly before you push in for confirmation whether or not someone's in that window. Now from this point, if you know someone's either behind that box,
Shock dart.
you can just land a few shots like that.
Shock dart.
You could double bounce it, just get a closer hit on that box. Or if you know someone might be right here, good rule of thumb, double
Shock
bounce,
dart.
land it right there, push them out or push them out, and then just pop in some shots. Then you can push in, kind of get different angles. Your best bet is probably
Revealing
going to
area.
land one right there if you have recon bolt by this point. That way you've got behind the box covered and off to this corner as well. You're not going to get much reading over here, obviously, because you're already going to see it, and you're going to know whether or not someone's there. But it's always good rule of thumb, check this corner. Someone's always hiding behind that and right there. So let's go for a C-long push. A few different things you can do with C-long push. Could try
Revealing area.
throw the arrow like that if you don't want to peek out. Or you can just come right here,
Revealing area.
bounce it twice, gets the same amount of coverage. Now say you know somebody with an ops back there. You can also hit them
Shock
with the
dart.
shock bolt as well.
Shock dart.
Double bounce it, goes all the way to that back corner. Now say you know someone's right here sniping in this little cubby right here. You get about right here,
Shock dart.
double bounce, goes straight back there. If you want it to go a little bit further back,
Shock dart.
aim it a little higher, a little more
Shock
off
dart.
to the left. You can hit that back cup. Works out
Shock
pretty
dart.
well. Now, a few other things you can do. Say you know someone's hiding right here, maybe a recon dart is something showed you, or you've got people pushing in from garage and they can't push in because they know someone's right here waiting for them. All you got to do, as soon as you get up to
Shock
this line
dart.
right here, hit it once, or
Shock dart.
hit it with the double bounce, and you go straight back in. It's really
Shock
useful.
dart.
Get it a little bit lower to make sure you get a little more damage done to them, and you'll either push them out, so that way once you've done the shock dart, just line them up, kill them right there. And possibly, if you've got some enemies back this way later on, once you've
Shock
already
dart.
pushed in, you can always do it like that, and hit some enemies that way in case they're pushing. Because more than likely, if you've already planted C and you don't see them coming from garage, they're either coming from C long, or they're coming from this angle right here. Just to get some good
Shock dart.
coverage, hit them while they're coming in. Or hit somebody that's coming through garage, trying to push all the way around. Alright guys, that's the coverage for Haven with the player soap. And I'll see you in the next video. We'll be doing Bind last for the How to Play Soap.